It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, for Detroit, they haven't quite been able to shake the mediocrity that dogged them last season, and they're hovering around that 11th spot in the East. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
The Pistons play before the home crowd. And we've got it right here on 2K Sports, live from downtown Detroit. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after that loss to the Bucks. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
Well, Chris, some teams already realize a championship just is not going to be in their future this season. How should those kind of teams approach the rest of the season?
Give your best.
Right, yeah.
Give your all. We're competitors. This is the NBA, the greatest league in the world, the greatest basketball players assembled. And so, one, you have to respect the game. You have to respect the monotony. You have to respect the work. You have to respect the travel. you have to be thankful, by the way. And when you put all that together, you go into your job and you do the best. Focus on getting better every day. And there's a good chance that you will.
And making sure that you give the fans what they're paying for.
Hey, that's what it's all about. If you don't entertain the fans, hey, something's wrong with you. If you can't have fun with 20,000 screaming fans and the kids with their popcorns and all the stuff going on, if you don't remember what it's about, Kev, you kind of lost your mojo already.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Bulls 5 right now, and down low it's Markkanen and Carter. Dunn and Levine are the guard set, and it's Porter in at the 3. Now here's Jackson. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Porter with a block.
Lockdown defense from Porter. He extends out beautifully to come up with these type of rejections.
Wasted no time on that one. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. He said they have to do a good job of moving their feet defensively. That's the only way they're going to avoid getting dunked on. He said they also want to turn guys who are slashers into jump shooters. We'll see if that works, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Off the inbound. In deep. Drummond drops it in. Drummond's got his first 2 points of the night. Now here's Levine. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Shoots from 14, and it's off the back rim. No good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Robinson against Porter. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. That shot by Griffin, no good. Puts it up from 12, and he knocks down the jumper.
Adept at cashing in from the inside. Porter knows he has the touch and size to score from there.
Pass to Robinson. Knocked loose. Done against Jackson. The pass to Ellington. 5 to shoot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Ellington's got his first 3 points of the game. Bulls trail by 3. Levine with it. A dependable source of points for his team. Averages just under 24 points a game. Outside, Porter. Down low. Here's Carter, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Oh, and the defensive chops of Drummond really helping this team. He really cleans house with his shot block. And boy, when you think about what the Bulls were in the 90s, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Rodman, I mean, a group that could suffocate you on both ends.
And Chris, talking about the Bulls dynasty, some people feel it was the greatest of all time.
That's a tough question. You got Russell, Celtics, Duncan, Spurs, the Lakers, Showtime. Let's include the Warriors of today. I really don't argue about it because, they can't go head-to-head, unfortunately.
And that one falls for Robinson. And the Pistons got off to a hot start last season, 14-6 with some big road wins.
Yeah, but I never really include the first 20 games of the season. I just think that's when everyone getting to know each other, and then when the scouting report comes out for the next 62, that's when things heat up. So I think you take that with a grain of salt, but Reggie Jackson did suffer an ankle sprain, and things started going south right after that. But staying healthy will be critical if they hope to make the playoffs this season.
Levine can't hit. Pistons leading by 5. It's tipped. They recover it. Griffin. And Griffin slams it in. Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. Shoots over Griffin. Can they get it? And Carter lays it up and in. Carter's got his first 2 points.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Jackson passes to Griffin. And the layup's good off the glass. Griffin's got 6.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Dunn kicks to Carter. Pass to Markkanen. On the wing, Levine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And from everything you hear, Levine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, you know, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
Good on the second free throw.
I mean, he's a versatile player who can come play either guard position. I mean, Levine continues to impress as the years go on.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Passes to Drummond. Good work defensively by Carter.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
And a wide open look for Porter. Offline with his 3. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. 6-point game. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Man, the mobility of Drummond is important to his team. When the ball is lobbed his way, it's game over for the defense.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. Jackson against Dunn. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Chicago calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Bulls trail by 7. Outside Porter. He feeds it to Markkanen. Over Robinson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pistons have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Dunn against Jackson. Dunn looking over the floor. Carter on the wing. Porter passes to Markkanen. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Looking more comfortable at running these screen and rolls. Markkanen moving very well after setting the pick.
So it's the Pistons now, leading by 5. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
Now here's Griffin. 26 points for him last game against New York.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passion. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
Here's Dunn, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Dunn kicks to Levine. Dunn against Jackson. From 11 feet away, that shot no good. And Detroit the other way now. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Levine wide open. And the Bulls, another three.
Outstanding decision from Levine. I mean, when you're not up on him, he burns you with the pull-up.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Back to Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here is Carter after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Outside Levine. And the shot goes down. Levine's got 9 points. Well, a crazy year for Dwayne Casey, voted Coach of the Year, but fired by the Raptors after they were swept in the conference semifinals.
Yeah, Kevin, but he lands on his feet in Detroit, and obviously they got a good one. The Raptors steadily improved season after season under his watch. Hopefully the Pistons can do the same.
Bulls trail by 8. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
A different look here for Detroit. Pachulia, he's checked in for Griffin. Luke Kennard comes in for Robinson. And Smith subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Lopez kicks to Valentine. Pass to Selden. Back to Valentine. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Valentine.
Well, the arms of Lopez going forever, which is why he's able to create for himself deep.
Smith, the pass to Kennard. To the inside. Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside Porter. This one for 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
When Porter first came into the league, he didn't have this shot. Now he's a knockdown perimeter shooter.
Smith kicks to Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Pachulia. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 6 assists here tonight. Bulls trail by 7. Here's Arcidiacono. He is still scoreless so far in this one. And the pass to Selden. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, guys are finishing.
Now, here is Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Arcidiacono kicks to Lopez. On the wing, Porter. And it's off from 3-point range.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
The shot's good. And now a 9-point Piston lead.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Lopez outside. Kicks to Valentine. Six on the shot clock. On the wing, Porter. He has 5.
pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Smith. The second chance effort. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
When Pachulia goes hard inside, I mean, he gets the defense to hit him. You want to see him trying to be aggressive.
The Pistons shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. Well, despite finishing with only 27 wins last season, the Bulls put up more shots than any other team in the NBA.
Yeah, they were first in field goal attempts, but only 23rd in makes. That's why they were last in field goal percentage. But this is what you get with so many young shooters.
Detroit making a switch here. Lewis checked in. Now here's Valentine. No points in the game yet for him. Arcidiacono kicks to Lopez. Here's Arcidiacono, covered by Smith. Pass to Valentine. They get it again. Here's Lopez. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the boards.
Jackson passes to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got his second basket.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be right back after this. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take pride in, that you have all your teammates back on the defensive end, and when it gets down to it, you're kind of that last line of defense. And obviously, defense is a team-oriented ideal, but there's something fun about that. I think there's something competitive about that.
And, Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense on every possession.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Pistons have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
Ish Smith is out there with Jackson. Then it's John Lure. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Kennard in at the 3 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, Ish Smith with the best season yet in 2017-18. Look, he made dramatic improvements as a scorer. Career best from pretty much everyone on the floor.
First trip to the line for him here. That free throw missing. And Ish Smith in particular, much improved finishing around the rim.
And that could be a challenge for a player of his stature. I mean, learning how to find angles to finish around the bigger bodies, that becomes key.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, Kevin, the resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation player.
Blakeney kicks to Valentine. To the paint. And the dunk by Lopez.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Yeah, we see it here. When he does get aggressive, the result can be powerful.
Outside for Jackson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Shoot first point guard with a razor-sharp jumper. Jackson, better stay up on him.
Here's Blakeney. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Smith right side. Wide open look. Good. He hits the jump shot. And the Pistons lead by 13.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Oh, Porter in position. The shot's good from Lopez. Lopez has got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Smith kicks to Lewis. Here's Kennard. Misses the 3. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Here's Blakeney. Passes it to Selden. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Lopez passes to Valentine. Back to Lopez. An easy 2 points on the layup. Lopez has got it back down to single digits for Chicago.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Smith kicks to Lewis. And the foul on Wayne Selden. That is his first foul of the game. Robinson's checked in for Detroit. The Bulls also changing it up. Lowry Markkanen comes in for Porter. And Levine subbed in for Selden. Down low, here's Pachulia. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Oh, it hurts any time Pachulia scores on you. I mean, it definitely helps his confidence when he makes these type of tough shots.
Chicago calls timeout. When you were playing on the road, obviously the fans would yell things and, try to get under your skin. See, Webb, do you remember any instance when it really bothered you and took effect?
Maybe when I would go home and play for the Pistons, I'd see some fan in the green and white, and maybe Steve Smith, my partner, paid him to be there. But, the Michigan State fans, the gold blue or that type of thing. Or in Ohio, it's very funny, in Ohio, if they want to boo, if they want to get the crowd pumped up, all they do is put a big Michigan M up there and the crowd will go crazy and boo. So Ohio, usually my people in Ohio State, the Cleveland, they always, had something to say. No, but it was more like, you suck, Ohio State is the best, Michigan State, you should have come here, that type of stuff. And you kind of look back, give a guy a wink, knock it down a jump shot, and put your fingers to your lips and just say, shh, you don't want to get me upset. Let sleeping dogs lie.
That's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, just think about it. I mean, Detroit and Stan Van Gundy party ways this summer after 4 seasons, but that's actually the longest run a Piston coach has had since Chuck Daly ended his 9-year tender back in '92. But that doesn't matter, though, because you have to think what Larry Brown did in just a couple of seasons there, winning a championship.
And the technical free throw is good.
And the Dirk comparisons, they're understandable. Markkanen is a big man who can shoot for days, but you know what? He'll flush it on you, too.
Makers checked in for Pachulia. Markkanen kicks to Blakeney. Shot clock at 5. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And in the last 15 years, Chris, 10 different head coaches for the Pistons. Any concern on your part about a return to that revolving door on the bench?
Well, I think right now they're in rebuild mode, so a consistent voice will help. Still, only one playoff appearance in the last 4 seasons and no playoff wins. You wonder why would they fire Joe Dumars, who went to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. You still kind of go back and you're haunted by that decision. But you're judged by your results, and hopefully for fans of the Pistons like myself, they can turn it around.
Now, here is Robinson. 23 points his last outing. Over Valentine. And the shot no good, a bit short. Bulls trail by 8. To the inside, Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Look, Lopez is on a roll. He's a high percentage shooter who really concentrates on taking high quality shots.
Smith kicks to Robinson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Pistons lead by 8.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Good on the bucket. And that's 11 points for Zach LaVine.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Smith finds Lure. Maker with the ball. Lopez is there. Offensive rebound. Outside for Robinson. And the 3 off target. Bulls trail by 6. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A different look here for Detroit. Blake Griffin comes in for John Lure. And Ellington is subbed in for Luke Kennard. And a change for the Bulls. Donnie's checked in for Valentine. Blakeney passes to Lopez. Bulls moving the ball around. LaVine kicks to Blakeney. 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Markkanen inside the line. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one. Robinson left side. Sinks that one from the post. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
You can't lay that pass in there any better.
And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Bulls. Trailing here by 8.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
The Bulls have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
2 shots.
Free throw good, LaVine.
How about Zach LaVine? I mean, signing a big new contract this summer. Listen, that ACL injury he had, that's in the rear view. Obviously a lot riding on his health and return to form, but he's put in the work.
And LaVine seems to be at full strength. His vertical leap testing even higher, if we can believe that, even higher, Chris, than it did in the pre-draft combine.
He's a hard worker. His scoring efficiency lacked a little bit last season. He was trying to get his game right after injury. Look, we know his potential as far as scoring that ball.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And it's the Bulls with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. From deep 3-point range, poked loose.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
The shot's good from Ellington. Ellington's got 5 now.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
LaVine kicks to Markkanen. Teardrop shot. Detroit with the rebound. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches they were the better team.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
Detroit leading by 10. Here's Maker. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Now, here is Smith. He has 5. He kicks to Ellington. Score of the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Bulls trail by 10. On the wing, Levine. Wants to get it to Dunn and does. And it's good for 2. Dunn's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
I love the mentality of Dunn, looking to score as often as he can from the painted area.
Smith kicks to Griffin. Back to Smith. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn.
A moment now to see the numbers for Dunn. He's putting up 13 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
The drive by Smith. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Arcidiacono. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kick out to Levine. To the left wing. From the corner. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Wow. One area that Dunn must sharpen fast. I mean, he really has to really concentrate on moving the ball.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Smith. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Levine. He's got 13. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And shots like this one, it gets Levine going. I mean, he loves showing off that big boy muscle on these contact finishes.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Looking at big men around the NBA, which are the best triple threats. Guys who can shoot, drive, and pass out of that screen.
I think of 2. One being Anthony Davis. The fact that he can get his shot, he's so quick, and he's a good post-up player as well and can face the basket. And then DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know if there's a better big man or a better center than when it comes to him. He can take you out on the three-point line. He can dribble and get a 3. He can take you out on the three-point line, set a flare screen, catch and shoot the 3. He can get it at the three-point line, drive you to the hole, get an and one, and then he can take you on the post and just bully and posterize you as well. So I don't think there's one that comes to mind with a better skill set than Boogie Cousins.
And that list is growing. And the first one drops.
Well, Reggie Jackson, drafted by the Thunder with the 24th pick in 2011. Now, despite playing big minutes, he wasn't happy backing up Westbrook. He wanted the chance to start.
The Bulls making a switch here. Selden's checked in. And Jackson burned some bridges on his way out of Oklahoma City. Some felt he put himself before the team.
Well, it worked out financially. I mean, a 5-year, $80 million contract. I mean, it's doubtful the Thunder could have afforded it, but from that standpoint, hard to knock him.
Here's Selden. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Offensive rebound, Carter. Goes up again, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
For Chicago, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots.
he knocks down the first one. Well, of all the troubles the Bulls suffered last season, Chris, rebounding was not one of them.
Would you believe this? I mean, the Bulls have been top 10 in rebounding every year for the last 16 years. And for 3 of those years, they were number 1 overall.
Quarters checked in for the Bulls. Carter hits them both. Here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
Now, here is Robinson, leading by 5. A shot's good from Ellington.
Well, he gets in a good position in the post, and the entry feed is there for him.
1:44 left to play here in the second quarter. Selden kicks to Arcidiacono. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it goes down 2 points. Selden's got 4 points this quarter.
Like the show of unselfishness from Porter, wanting to improve as a passer and hit his open teammates.
Jackson looking it over. Now the pass to Ellington. Here's Drummond, guarded by Levine. Jackson from long range. Carter pulls it in.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
There's Selden. 6 points for him. Snatched up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, you know they're going to want to make a statement in that contest. Taking down the top team in the East would definitely turn some heads.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Carter hits them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Jackson against Porter. Takes the 13-footer. That one wide left. Bulls trail by 3. Kicks to Levine. And the Bulls with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Oh, man, what amazing speed and body control by Jackson. Once he penetrates inside, he's searching for the foul on his shot.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
Pass to Valentine. Shoots over Ellington, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's Detroit. They're up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Man, I love seeing Andre Drummond take over. This is how he has to play every night, active, involved, and mentally engaged. When you have the size and athleticism, it's a crime to let anything stand in the way of your success.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
This second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak sauce, period. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Bulls trail by 5. And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Porter in at the small forward. Count that bucket. Porter's got the first bucket of the third here for the Bulls.
Oh, you better wrap Porter up on these type of shots. When you don't, he fends off the contact well and finishes in style.
Pass to Ellington. To the wing on the left. To the inside. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. That one's good from the corner. Griffin's got 12 points in the game.
The timing, the execution. I mean, that's outstanding initiative from Griffin on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Markkanen passes to Carter. Now Porter, defended by Drummond. Pass to Levine. Fires the 3. No good on that one. And Detroit the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Pistons have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, and for the Pistons, their second season in the new downtown arena. I mean, all 4 of the city's major sports teams now play within a few blocks of one another. Something seen nowhere else in the country. Very special for Detroit.
Now here's Markkanen. He's got 7 over Robinson. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Markkanen.
The mid-range game of Markkanen is so sweet. I mean, early on, he's demonstrated how dangerous he is from out there.
Jackson against Dunn. Jackson finds Griffin. Ellington inside the 3-point line. No good off the back of the rim. And despite their new arena, attendance numbers for Pistons games could be better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to have a winning record. Also, you have to make sure that you honor those of the past. When they opened the arena, can you believe that they did not bring the Bad Boys there or the Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton Pistons there to hang up their jerseys? You have to have a connection with the city. I mean, even in the arena, there's no signage as a Pistons. It is a hockey arena, so hopefully that will change, but you have to win first. And, you know, the city of Detroit is on a great rebound. I love seeing what we're doing. Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. It's a 1-point game. Robinson kicks to Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. And stolen by Dunn. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 5 assists tonight. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Knocked loose. And now Dunn pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Dunn with the slam.
Can't be too careful around Dunn. He's consistent in finding ways to swipe the ball away.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Chris Dunn taken 5th overall back in 2016. Didn't break through in his rookie season with the Wolves. He's getting more opportunity here in Chicago.
So for the Pistons, Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's Luke Kennard in for Glenn Robinson III. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Now the pass to Ellington. Looking to end the run. And that's 2 points on the layup. Ellington's got 14. And Greg, you look at Dunn, it can take longer for point guards to develop in the NBA.
A great point. It's the most cerebral position in our game. Learning how to run an NBA offense is a challenge. Good news, though, is he's putting in the work necessary to figure it out and progressing nicely.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. On the wing, Levine. Clock at 6. Carter dishes to Levine. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Now here's Griffin. 12 points for him. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And last season, the Bulls were very perimeter-oriented on both ends of the floor. Offensively, top 10 in threes. Defensively, dead last in block shots.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Markkanen.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. And the Bulls also had trouble last year getting to the foul line.
Well, it's because their primary scorers were largely jump shooters. I mean, very little back to the basket offense and not enough driving to make up for it.
Now here's Lopez. He's got 12. Bulls moving the ball around. For 3, Levine. Rebounded by the Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Kennard kicks to Griffin. To the paint. Jackson misses. Stolen by Jackson. And they double up Jackson. Three-pointer Ellington. Nice D from Levine.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. 5th is Wendell Carter.
He's gotten the opportunity to make a contribution, and the numbers, they followed. I mean, he's shown he can help them control the backcourt.
Now here's Levine. He's got 15. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Kennard's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Dunn's shot's good.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Lopez with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And checking out some stats for Levine. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Right around 25 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
6 to shoot. Here's Carter. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Pass to Jackson. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 10 points for Reggie Jackson.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from there.
Pachulia with the steal. Jumps up. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Bulls trail by 4. Dunn attacking. Here's Blakeney. Cans it from downtown. Blakeney's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Jackson. He's got 10. It counts. And the foul. Chris Dunn picks one up.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
One shot.
And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Detroit. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Kennard. Back to Smith. Jackson from long range. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Valentine. But they recover it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. Makers checked in for Reggie Jackson. Lopez outside. Here's Arcidiacono. Clock at 4. Here's Selden. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Selden's got the game tied up here for Chicago. For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Pass to Maker. Here's Arcidiacono. Covered by Smith. And then Carter with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Well, yeah, guys. I mean, in a close game like this, that can really get a team rolling.
And Lure gets it to go.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Here's Arcidiacono. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Smith finds Pachulia. That's tipped. Lopez with the steal. Here's Arcidiacono. Lopez passes to Valentine. Over in the corner, Selden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Kennard over Valentine. And too long on the shot. To the middle. Stolen by Lure. Kennard kicks to Smith. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Wow, the speed of Smith and his ability to change gears constantly keeps the D on their toes. He has a knack for picking up fouls while shooting.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Free throw drop for Smith, and the Pistons making a change here. Robinson's checked in, and a change for the Bulls. Dunn's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
Here's Selden. He's got 8. Shot clock at 5. Feeds it to Lopez. And he banks in the layup. Lopez has got 14. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Free throw drop for Smith. Andre Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Smith hits them both. Chicago trailing here. Stolen by Robinson. To the middle. And Maker the bucket on the assist by Robinson.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Back to Dunn. 1:44 left to play here in the third. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Now here is Smith. 8 points for him. Robinson finds Lure. Smith on the wing. Launches it. Back to Drummond. Lopez with the steal. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his 1st foul. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Smith. And a change for the Bulls. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Robin Lopez. Back to Dunn. Carter outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. The Bulls third.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want a foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Too many inches being given up in that matchup. I mean, he's got no chance of putting a stop to that layup.
Dunn against Jackson. Dunn kicks to Valentine. Back to Dunn. Just 5 on the clock. Markkanen passes to Dunn. And again, no good by Chicago. Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Markkanen against Robinson. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. Connects from three-point range. And it's a 5-point Piston lead.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
No question. It's not easy to be patient, but you really don't want to give up an extra possession.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen and stolen by Drummond. Here's the three. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pistons lead by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Solid defense wins this game right here. All right, getting stops and take whatever offense gives it. Keep moving the basketball. Solid.
Well, just taking things one, step at a time, Greg, imploring his guys to be smart with the ball.
A sound strategy. Dwayne Casey proving what a great communicator he is.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Maker out there with Robinson. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Drummond in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Drummond. Lays it up off the glass. Drummond's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Detroit.
Drummond is just a behemoth, an absolutely devastating center who overpowers defenders constantly.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Jackson finds Ellington. Back to Jackson. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Wow, and with Jackson, he looks to score from any spot on the floor. So effective at getting to the basket as well as pulling up.
Done outside. Now here's Valentine. Guarded by Jackson. Clock at 6. Here's Markkanen. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Oh, no fear in the eyes of Markkanen. He's used to making shots under pressure.
Detroit leading by 5. Ellington kicks to Maker. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Jackson. Nice D from Porter.
Oh, I'm sure he thought that was good when it left his fingertips. Matter of fact, I know he did.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. The pass to Valentine. Over to the wing. Done with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Selden. Takes the 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
And he comes through at the perfect moment. I know who they'll look to if they need another big 3 again soon.
Connects from three-point range.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first. Now he's got 1 in the second.
Dunn passes to Selden. In the corner, Valentine with it. From deep. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jackson against Dunn. Jackson kicks to Maker. Back to Jackson. Passes it to Ellington. Right side Robinson. Buries it down low. And the Pistons lead by 7.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
The Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Bean comes in for Denzel Valentine. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Right side Levine. Kicks it to Markkanen. Pass to Dunn. Levine with it. 6 to shoot. The pass to Markkanen. And again, Chicago. No good. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
He's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Bulls trail by 9. That's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Second shot opportunity. A nice shot by Griffin.
And the athleticism of Griffin, just remarkable. He's fantastic at using his elevation on the glass.
Chicago calls timeout. One thing Blake Griffin's teammates, Chris, talk about is the leadership he brings the team.
This is a role he's comfortable in. A 5-time All-Star. He's a hard worker, mature. And that's something every team needs.
Bulls making a switch here. Blakeney's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylan was going over with his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Becoming more confident on the block. When Markkanen goes strong like this, he earns these fouls.
That free throw good from Markkanen. The Bulls traded away a superstar in Jimmy Butler, but in return, among other assets, the number 7 pick, which Chris turned out to be Markkanen.
Well, listen, Markkanen is one of my favorite players. He can become a star in his own right. He's a 7-footer that can stretch the floor, but he'll bang on you inside, fearless. You like this kid's game. It's almost like he's from Detroit or something. Well, how about Lauri Markkanen out of Finland? I love this game. Look, he comes from a family of athletes. Both his parents played basketball at a high level. I know he got his game from his mom. She told me that. But his older brothers both made the pro ranks, one in soccer, the one in hoops. His family, skilled.
Robinson misses.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
He kicks it to Ellington. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got his 4th assist in this one. And Markkanen, from a young age, would spend all day shooting in the backyard. Chris sounds like you. His parents set a rule. No hoops before 7 a.m. or after 10 p.m.
Oh, man, when can you play then? I mean, hey, you want to play 24 hours. But, yeah, it was just like me. And he'd be out there practicing in sub-zero weather. Those Chicago winters shouldn't be a problem for him.
Now, here is Robinson. Lauri Markkanen unable to get his last shot to go. Griffin's shot is off. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And evaluating Porter, I mean, I think this guy's the real deal. Paul Pierce once said, I love this kid. I had a chance to work with him. He could be an all-star. I agree with Paul.
And Porter's not a big talker. He lets his game certainly speak for itself.
And his improvement has been tremendous. He's going to the basket. He's rebounding the ball. I mean, Porter, he shoots the 3 at a high clip. He's trying to earn every penny of that big contract.
2 shots. That's on the first.
First one falls for him. One of the more down-to-earth players in this league is Otto Porter Jr.
And yeah, he once said, I never eat at restaurants. I'm a simple guy in all aspects of my life. We see that on the court. He doesn't draw a lot of attention to himself. He just focuses on the work.
Chicago making a switch here. Dunn's checked in.
An effective player on both ends of the court. The long, crafty Porter knows his strength and plays them well.
Jackson finds Griffin. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Bulls trail by 12. Dunn dishes to Levine. Stolen by Jackson. And Griffin, here we go. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You can't forget about Griffin's penetrating ability. When he does, the defense has to compromise by fouling.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw good from Griffin. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
And he makes both free throws.
And when Griffin is healthy, he's an effective player. A double-double threat who's tough to match up against.
Stolen by Jackson. Jumps up. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, they are demoralized now, guys. A careless play to turn it over and then slow getting back on defense.
And here is Markkanen. And Levine, here we go. And again, Chicago, no good. Detroit leading by 16. Here's Ellington, back to Jackson. Tries a 3. Offensive rebound. Ellington the pass to Pachulia. That's no good, but only his first miss in 6 shots. And it's done in the corner. Rebound, Detroit. Griffin's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Jackson from the paint, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. On defense, Chicago. They trail by 16. Shot clock at 6. The shot, and Griffin with the score. The assist by Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Pachulia. Over Carter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. They'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
The free throw drops for Pachulia.
Well, his toughness. Pachulia brings on both ends of the court. That's what's important about his game.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Bulls trail by 19. Here's Levine, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Okay, the incredible handles on display. I see you, Levine. He's so sensational at creating for himself.
Jackson against Dunn. In the corner, it's Ellington. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Ellington's got 16 points here in the second half. When you look at the amount of threes, Chris, being taken now, do you think the league as a whole is too dependent upon perimeter offense?
I don't think so. If you look at Golden State, we all tend to think that they've shot the most threes last year. It actually was Houston.
Right.
And when you look at how Golden State does not just settle for threes, Kevin, but they can shoot them at any time. And maybe the best three-point shooter in the history of the NBA, Curry, will lay a difficult layup over the top of your head just as quick as he'll shoot a tough three from 45 feet. That's what it seems like, but the good teams like a Golden State make you feel like they're shooting a lot of threes, but actually play with a balanced game. Those that try to copycat and just shoot threes, I don't think they've won a championship yet. So I think it's about having that balance, and maybe the league overall is shooting too many threes, but the champions who shoot threes, I don't think take too many.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Outside, Levine. Count it. Levine's got 19 points.
Oh, looking calm and composed in the paint. Levine is superb at capitalizing from these spots.
Done against Jackson. Last year, the NBA moved the trade deadline to before the All-Star break, C-Web. Did you like that decision?
It caused teams to make trade decisions much sooner, and I like that. But I don't like the fact that maybe if, let's say, I'm a fan of Utah Jazz, and you trade the player that we love so much, and he's an all-star, and I can't root for him as a Utah Jazz fan. So as a fan, it gets a little bit tricky because that's still my player, and I want to celebrate with this guy at the All-Star break, but maybe I can't. But I think that what it does is it makes the teams much more competitive because no longer can you sit back and wait and have the time you could before to think as much as you could. Now you have to make a decision on who your team is, the identity, and do you want to get better now or take the risk now? And I think it's put some teams on the hot seat, and I like seeing teams on the hot seat having to make decisions quickly.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Here's Porter. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. 16 points for Otto Porter Jr.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
Now here's Jackson. He's covered closely. Here's Pachulia over Carter. Pachulia, no luck. Bulls trail by 19. The shot's good from Carter. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. Pass to Ellington. Here's Pachulia. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Bulls have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And that one's good by Porter.
That's the assertive attitude you like seeing from Porter. I mean, he knows he can sink shots off the pass.
Outside Jackson. Pachulia trying to break loose. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Oh, man, and this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall into place.
All right, he's got to quit while he's ahead. He got away with it there, but the crossover usually gets him into a bit of trouble.
Back to Ellington. Robinson left side. Fires the three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Detroit.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Reggie Jackson.
He had a nose for the basketball tonight, playing some disruptive D and picking pockets left and right.
And here is Robinson after the three-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. And that one falls for Robinson. So for the Pistons, Makers checked in for Pachulia. John Lure comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Luke Kennard in for Wayne Ellington. Good on both. Here's Arcidiacono. Pass to Markkanen. Over Lure. And again, Lauri Markkanen.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
Here's Kennard. The pass to Jackson. Dishes it to Maker. Over in the corner. Lure. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.